102.5 forecast. A quiet weather day today, mostly sunny skies, cooler, 62 to 68 for the high, west wind 10 to 15. In the fall 40s tonight, mostly clear, light winds around 44-45. Low 70s, a little bit warmer Wednesday, mostly sunny, light south winds. Chance of a few showers Thursday, partly sunny, highs near 70. Your life, your music, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Justin Trudeau will serve another term as Canada's Prime Minister after his Liberal Party won a plurality of seats in Parliament. Farmers are protesting outside public offices across rural France, saying they're being ignored by the government. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson's mounting what could be a last-chance attempt to push his Brexit deal through Parliament, and protests have rocked major cities in Sudan, with thousands calling for a dissolution of the former ruling party of deposed leader Omar al-Bashir.
It's 9:01.
Community Conversations is brought to you by Arkansas Early Learning, offering no-cost childcare in Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas. Applications at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday to you. I hope that you're having a great start to your day. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Khalil Jones, and as you can see, I have a studio full of people. I'm so happy that they're here. We have Arkansas State University Alumni Association that I'm happy to be part of. Yeah. And we have Astate Rugby. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so for the two gentlemen next to the ladies, can you both speak into the mic and see? Let me see which one.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay. Okay, so yours works. Yours does. So.
We'll share.
You have to share.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go around the table. Even though the two ladies have been here before, we're still going to allow them to give their introductions and what department or what position they work with the Alumni Association. So, ladies first.
I'm Tara Thomason, and I'm the Director of Annual Giving for Arkansas State University Alumni Association.
All right.
And I'm Amanda McDaniel. I'm the Director of Affinity Relations for the Alumni Association, and I work with different alumni groups like the Rugby Alumni, Strong Turner Alumni Chapter, Honors College, just various alumni groups on campus.
You do it all.
Yes, yes, that's very true.
Okay. All right, so we have Ms. Tara and Ms. Amanda, and then so if the guys can go around, we have, and this is in no particular order, David McCarthy. You can just raise your hand. David McCarthy, Wynn Knight, Justin Frenzies, all right, John Scotty, and Zach Beasley. All right, so we're going to get right into our conversation. We have a lot to cover today, so tell us what's going on with the Alumni Association.
Well, it's the biggest week of the year for us. It's homecoming, so we've got a lot going on. We do have our tailgate, which will be on Saturday. That's from 3 to 5 at the Cooper Alumni Center on campus.
Okay.
There'll be free food, free refreshments, live entertainment by the Vicki McGee Band. We'll also have bouncy houses and things for the kids to do outside. The weather, hopefully, will clear up and won't rain on Saturday. Yes, and it is for all alumni and friends of Arkansas State University, so everyone is welcome. There's no charge for this, and we'd love for everybody to come out.
All right, so alum, get your gear ready, get all your Red Wolf gear ready, and go out and hang out with fellow alums. You earned this.
That's right.
Go hang out.
There are other activities that alumni can participate in. On Thursday evening, there is going to be a homecoming parade, which is going to start downtown at 6:30 p.m. And then there's a downtown block party right after the parade. And I believe it's going to be from 8 until 11 that evening. So we're trying to make it a fun time for everybody to come out. We hopefully have a lot of alumni that are in town for the ball game for the weekend, so they're going to kick it off Thursday evening. And then I'm going to fast forward. Right in the middle of our tailgate, there's also going to be the traditional Red Wolf Walk, where team and cheerleaders and different participants in the game will walk down the sidewalk at Mike Watson Park, and that's going to start at 3:45 on homecoming day.
And where is this park located?
It's right across the pond from where our building is, where Cooper Alumni is.
It's right by the entrance, across from the entrance to Centennial Bank Stadium.
Okay.
It's the tailgating area over there.
And then also on Saturday during homecoming, actually before our tailgate, there will be Pack Preview Day. And I believe this is the first time in a while, if ever, that they've hosted Pack Preview Day. We will have potential students from all over the state and all over the region in town to check out Arkansas State University. And that's going to be from, I believe, 11 to 4 on Saturday. So we hope everybody will come out and see what that's about. We have several hundred students that have registered, so their families will come in with them and participate and learn all about the wonderful things going on at Arkansas State.
So I would say Saturday, but Thursday up to Saturday is going to be, there are going to be lots and lots of activities for everyone to get involved in.
And if there are if they're seniors this year that are interested in possibly coming to Astate, they can still register for that. If they'll just go to our the university webpage, they can register for coming to Pack Preview Day.
And also, actually on Wednesday, ROTC is doing a Red Cross blood drive. That's another one of my alumni groups I work with. That they're doing that at the Armory on campus, and it's actually going to be a competition between student groups. So if you're an alumni and you go in and you donate blood, you can say, I'm donating this blood in honor of the rugby club, and then you'll get credit for that. So they're having a little competition with all of the campus organizations on Wednesday.
And why not support a great cause, especially if you're O positive, O negative, they really need their blood. So please go out and support this great cause. I had one of the instructors, sergeants, captains, from the Armory come over last week and talk about the program and the blood drive. So again, not this Wednesday.
It's this Wednesday. Yes, it's this Wednesday, and I think it is 3. Well, it may be all day. Let me check and see. It starts at 12. It's like 12 to 6 on Wednesday. So pretty much any time in the afternoon on Wednesday, you can stop by the Armory on campus.
And then make sure to indicate which student group that you are supporting.
Yes.
And I'm sure the rugby team will be happy to have your support.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to bring the guys in to talk about what are some things they have going on, especially during this homecoming week. So whoever would like to get us started.
So this weekend we have our alumni game. So all the guys who used to play rugby here will come in and we'll have a game against them. So all the former players versus the current players.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of fun.
So how many have actually registered? Or what is the process like to even, is it just walk on and they have to register?
Yeah, it's basically just come back to Jonesboro and if you don't still live here and play. Yeah.
So how many do you have already committed to play?
They always make a full team of alumni guys.
Okay.
So.
Do they vary in age ranges?
Yeah. Yeah, some of them can only play like 5 minutes because.
Oh my goodness. So I bet you all give them a run for the money on the field.
Y'all take it easy on them?
Not really. I'm going to go. Probably not.
Probably not. Probably take it easy on us.
That's goodness.
That's at 1. That's at 1.
Yeah. At 1. And so, when you're interacting with the alum team members, do you take time to talk to them one-on-one to, maybe get some insight of what it was like for them, learn some tips and tricks, or just, I don't know, just chit-chat?
Last year after the alumni game, me and a few of the other boys hung out with a group of the guys and just talked about how the club developed and what it used to be and what we have now.
Wow. Amazing. Do you all get to see any pictures of old jerseys or equipment, or does Arkansas State have a collection? Mm-hmm. The football players got this whole nice building and all this. So, is there a space where their rugby paraphernalia?
There's not, but it's in the works. So
okay.
We're trying to fundraise and get our portion raised so the school can potentially help out.
All right. So, let's show some love to the rugby team.
Yes.
any little donation helps. So.
Do you want to talk about the tower?
Yeah.
we're actively trying to fundraise for a tower to make videotaping our games easier and the quality of the film better. And we're also trying to fundraise for a clubhouse so that we have like locker rooms and showers and somewhere for the guys to like study and stuff like that.
So currently, where do you hang out, change, all that kind of stuff?
We usually like rock up to the field, coach has our jerseys, change on the sideline, and then start playing.
Okay, we got to do better about our rugby team.
Well, that's a good lead in to the video tower that they're talking about. Right now, we're doing a crowdfunding platform. It's called Back the Pack. It's hosted on the Alumni Association website, and it's different crowdfunding programs for different organizations on campus, and one we currently have going is for rugby, and it is for the video tower. So far, they've raised about $2,600 towards the video tower, but you can go to our website. It's just astatealumni.edu .org, sorry, astatealumni.org, and then it's a // and it's Rugby Tower, but that's under our Back the Pack on there, and you can make a gift. Any size gift is great, and you know, they're very excited to help to get these funds to get that video tower. It's pretty important because a lot of these guys are from, you know, other countries that their parents can't come and watch them play, so they need to have a video tower where your mom and dad are sitting at home and they can watch it with a good quality feed, and they can see their children out there playing and get the same experience as somebody that you know, lives right down the road and can drop and watch their children play. So.
Most definitely. And you all are playing hard for Arkansas State University. You go to class every day. You go to class, keep your grades up, and you play hard. So, yes, you deserve this amenity. I want to hear from you all. What is it like being on a team, balancing schoolwork? I want people to really get to know who you are. You know, what it's like just being a student at Arkansas State University. So, go around.
I think it's like a bit of a task at first to like juggle everything, but once you get into like the swing of everything, it's quite simple to balance work and then practice and then games.
Now, can you maybe share how what you learned on the field kind of translate or spills over into real life? What's some things you learned on the field that you apply to your real life?
Probably like the core values of rugby, like respect, sportsmanship, courage, whatever.
Teamwork.
Like team projects and stuff, like school projects.
Okay. Now, after games or even just during practice, do you all kind of, I don't want to say check each other, but check in a way of, okay, you messed up here, or you can do better there, or have you considered, you know, I know you have coaches, but just to kind of help each other out, because you're like right there in the middle of action. So.
Yeah. Well, like one thing, like as far as like accountability and stuff, this year we just got a team nutritionist.
Okay.
So he just gave us like kind of guidelines on how we're supposed to be eating, like certain rules we have to follow. So when we're in the CAF, we try and keep each other accountable on like what we're eating.
Stay away from the pizza and the hamburger. So, because of the demand of the sport, do you have, like, kind of walk us through what would be considered a balanced meal, or, you know, typical nutrition intake that, you know, one gives you the energy and nutrients you need, but, you know, still keeps you nice.
I mean, our nutritionist is like real big on spinach.
Oh, wow.
And stuff, like greens basically. Like a lot of the boys before him were just like meat and potatoes kind of guys, so we're just trying to eat like a lot more vegetables and fruits, and just trying to be like more balanced with our diets, and not just eating only like steak and like hamburgers and all the meat we can find.
So giving your body the good complex carbs to help your system work better and efficiently. Alrighty then. So what are some other, who else do you have access to? Like, I know, give us a rundown of, you know, the coaches or trainers, or like, who else do you interact with to really help you perform at your optimal level?
So, you want to take it?
So we have a trainer, so right inside the Red Bull Center, There's the guy that's over at All Club Sports. His name's Matt Huckabee, and he's also alumni of the rugby team.
Okay.
His dad got the whole program started. So his office is there, and then off to the side there's like a meeting room. So we watch film there currently. Not the biggest room, but we get it, we make it work.
Okay.
And then off to far more to the left, right when you walk in, if you go right to your left, the first door. Through that door we have a trainer, and then we have Coach White, he's our head coach, his office, and then we have a training room where we can all get like treatment pretty much every day.
Okay.
And that's about it.
So do you try to be mindful, all of you, just on and off the field, of how you're protecting your body? Because if you're hurt in any way, it's going to affect how you play on the field. So are you mindful? And then also, do you kind of watch out for each other, like, I wouldn't do that, or be careful? Oh no, just kind of, I want the people to get to know who you are on and off the field.
I mean, like in high school, like my friends were like big on going to trampoline parks and stuff, but like in season, I would never go just because I was always worried about hurting myself. So I'm usually pretty risk averse outside of like training and stuff, just because I'm in Jonesboro, Arkansas to play rugby, and if I get hurt, I can't play rugby.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure your coach would be very upset.
Oh,
yeah.
Has your coach ever had to really get on to you guys because you did something?
In the past, all the
Yeah, I
boys
want to hear
would
this.
drive, all the boys would drive mopeds, and I guess I don't know what happened or not, but the coach changed the rules where there's no more mopeds. It's either a bike or drive. Yeah.
We also had to stop doing flag football tournaments because ended up in a couple injuries a couple years ago, and coach had to get on us to stop playing.
But we would win every game because
Yeah,
we just play rugby. So.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an unfair advantage in intramurals, let's just say.
Are any of you in a fraternity? Are you allowed? I wouldn't say are you allowed.
We could, we'll be honest, we can, but like.
That would just be a lot of stress.
Like,
Okay. Well, you guys are kind of like your own fraternity.
Pretty much,
so.
yeah. So like we don't really have time to do
anything extra.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you all to tell. We got like 4 minutes left in this segment. Tell us what your majors are, and what do you hope to do with your degrees. I want each person to answer.
My major is interdisciplinary studies. It's where you take a couple minors and put them together into a major. And yeah, I'm doing. One is Homeland Security and Disaster Preparedness. The other is Military Science, and the other is Physical Education. So I'm planning on enlisting after I get out of school.
Okay, yeah. So that was military science, because I had a conversation with the captain, and it's not demanding per se, but physically it can be demanding after you get to a certain level. Then how do you balance that with rugby?
I mean, I'm still just a sophomore, so I'm in my still gen eds kind of. But I mean, it's just staying focused and keeping on top of your things. It's not easy, but as long as you don't procrastinate, it's pretty easy to keep on top of everything.
Awesome. All right.
I'm an exercise science major. I think I'm planning on joining the military either after college, or I might try and join the FDNY. I'm not sure.
All right, so still keeping up, being physical and active, and
yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And, okay, so why New York? Why New York? Is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Oh,
yeah.
so you're going back home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'm sure your family will be happy to have you back.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, so my name is Win Knight. I just changed mine from exercise science to disaster preparedness. And after college, I'm hoping to either go into ministry or do like mission work overseas. So that translate to wherever.
Awesome. All right.
My major is interdisciplinary studies as well.
Okay.
And the 3 minors I'm taking are English, disaster preparedness, and physical education.
Okay, and so what do you hope to do with those?
I wanna be a firefighter as well, but I don't need a major for it.
Okay.
Awesome. Every time I say that, people are like, "Why are you in college?"
Well, I think it's good to have a background in something else. It's always great to have that. I don't want to call it a cushion. It's not a cushion. I'm learning that every day with my degree. It's not a cushion. It's providing you expertise and knowledge in different areas, and you'll be more. I I'll say more prepared. You have a different insight than some others who didn't take the courses that you all are taking as you go into your careers. It's awesome.
So I'm a political science major.
Okay.
Graduating in the summer. I'm not dead set on going to law school yet.
Okay.
Just like an area of interest for me would be like personal training. That's something I'm passionate about. And then also down the road I want to get into like investing and real estate.
Okay, multifaceted. Y'all have some wonderful careers. I want to ask Mr. Zach. I know you're not from here. Most of you are either you from America, but not from America. Besides that.
That's about the majority of it.
Okay.
The three of us are from Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Florida, yeah.
So Zach, once you graduate, will you go back home or will you stay here?
I want to try and get a dual passport.
Okay.
So I can live either here or England.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, but that's kind of a task to get.
Yeah. So
I'll probably have to go home for like a year to then apply for it all and get it.
Okay. Do you ever miss the weather? I know people probably ask you all the time. Do you ever miss
the weather?
Yeah. No.
Not really at all.
Arkansas has been very stable lately, so I don't know. We might be tit for tat. All right, so we're going to get ready to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have more discussion with the rugby team and Miss Amanda and Miss Tara. I'm looking at Tara with the Alumni Association. So we thank everyone for tuning in, but don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the other alumni association, which is Strong Turner, and then maybe some other activities. If anyone out there has any comments, questions, or if you know other activities we haven't mentioned that are coming up this week, please drop them in our Facebook Live or give us a call, 870-277-1080. Once again, good morning to Ms. Rebecca Lower Evans and everyone else out there that's watching and listening. But please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
How can you help your daughter believe she's beautiful? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. In this image-obsessed culture, your daughter is constantly wondering if she's beautiful. Here are 3 ways you can help her see her beauty. First, tell her. Don't wait for your daughter to ask you if you think she's beautiful. Look for opportunities to tell her, unprompted, how beautiful she is on the inside and outside. Tell her that she makes what she wears beautiful, not vice versa. Telling her that she makes the dress look great when she smiles is a better message than telling her that the dress she's wearing makes her pretty. For more tips, visit my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
The Family Minute with Mark Merrill, helping families love well.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a non-profit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, and, of course, companionship. Now, let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive, and now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
Ah, the happy dance so common with this group.
But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
KLEK thanks C.J. Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
The Office of Diversity and Community Engagement at Arkansas State University, under the leadership of Dr. Maurice Gibson, is a proud supporter of KLEK and is dedicated to finding innovative ways to advance their mission of creating a diverse and inclusive environment, conducive to educating, enhancing, and enriching lives, uplifting various and diverse groups on the Astate campus, and striving to maintain Arkansas State University a place that is inclusive to all individuals regardless of origin, color, religion, socioeconomic status, or sexual orientation. More information about the Arkansas State University Office of Diversity and Community Engagement is available at www.astate.edu/diversity and 870-972-3081.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
After the show, it's the after party then. After the show, it's the after party then.
Worldwide. DJ Suede, the after party.
That's right, every Saturday night, right here on the #1 radio station in Jonesboro, Arkansas, KLEK 102.5 FM. It's the after party with DJ Suede.
Mix me up, DJ Suede. Blazing hot. The after party.
So Saturday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., be prepared to hear the hottest hip-hop, R&B, throwbacks, classic jams, and slow jams live in the mix.
Yo, the after party. DJ Suede.
Check it out.
Do you like the music you hear on KLEK 102.5 FM? Do you like the educational programming that we provide? Do you like the service we provide to the community? Do you like having a station to finally call your own that represents you? If so, please stop by or call any of our underwriters or sponsors that you hear on KLEK and tell them thank you for their support. The support of our underwriters and sponsors is vital for us to stay on the air. So be sure to let them know that you thank them for their support.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. As you see, I am joined by members from Arkansas State Alumni Association and Arkansas State Rugby team. I'm so happy to have them here. We have been having a very great discussion, a really great discussion in the beginning, and I want to continue on. And so some of the gentlemen were talking off air about, some of the ins and outs of playing rugby. And, I would love to see rugby expanded within Arkansas. Many of the members on the team are not even from Arkansas. There are no members of the team from Arkansas. They come from all over and even from overseas. We want to see that. We want to see a team happen here. During your off season, do you ever get to go talk to high school students and try to recruit them for it?
So yeah, that's something big that. So me, I've had a bunch of knee injuries, so I have not been able to play. So I've been kind of taking over more of pushing for fundraiser and just doing stuff in the community and just being like a manager pretty much on the team. So that's something that I've been talking to Coach White about, and that we're going to implement even stronger than we did. So like last year in the spring we would go out, and in the fall we would go out to read to the students or just talk and hang out with the kids at recess at certain schools. But that's something we're trying to make even stronger in the community.
So are you the unofficial recruiter?
Not really. Not for the team, but for little kids, yeah.
Do you think it's possible to replicate what you all do to a, say, junior league? You know how the City of Jonesboro has these summer programs for basketball and football and soccer. Is it possible to replicate it on a junior or kid level where they don't get as hurt?
I'd say for sure. Like that's something we could for sure implement. We just had talk about it and figure out the game plan. That's something I've been wanting to talk to our coach about and try to grow so we could make that impact in the community as well. Because there's a couple alumni we had a player from Memphis. There's like inner city rugby there, so like they're right there, close with that. And there's a lot of teams they can play in Memphis and some in Arkansas, Little Rock area. So there's still competition here. So.
That would be amazing. So I'm gonna put a notation and you just start getting that, even though I probably would never ever play in my life, especially at my age. But I do admire you all's hard work and dedication, and just what you put into the discipline that you put into playing the sport. You know what it takes to protect your body and fuel your body, and listen to your coaches. And you all are also talking out there, and definitely want to highlight this, how you don't take for granted the privileges you have when it comes to playing. You don't act like spoiled, privileged athletes. You respect the game and you respect the coaches, those in authority. So highlight that. Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, it's just overall rugby culture as a whole, big on like respect and sportsmanship. Like in high school, the home team would always prepare a meal for the away team, and like my friends who play at UCF and the bigger big schools, after games, like both teams will go out to the bars together and hang out, and it's just like rugby culture is so much different than any other sport like I've ever experienced, and that's, for me at least, that's what made me fall in love with the sport, is the camaraderie and the brotherhood and how just everything's left on the field.
Yeah, like a big difference for me, like I played football, but like all growing up and then in high school as well, and like the biggest difference I noticed, whereas in football, like our crosstown rival, like we actually like didn't like each other, even just like all throughout the year, whereas rugby, like you can like literally like get in a physical fight with the guy on the field, and then like after the game y'all are like hugging, and it's like completely like dropped. So that was just like a huge change for me, is how like rugby players just can transition once the whistle blows.
That is awesome. We have a shout out from Beth Morgan, who says, "Good job, Red Wolves." Thank you for checking in. I do.
That's my mom.
Hi, Mom. He's a good boy. I do want to ask this question, because your teams are so diverse when it comes to ethnicity. Do you feel that it helps you, especially at your age, to gain some insight and develop a, I don't want to say understanding, that's not the word I'm actually looking for, but it helps you as you navigate life and encounter other individuals that are different from you?
I mean, without doubt.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from all the boys from cultures from all over the world, really. Where if we didn't have the time or they weren't on our team, if it was just all guys from the United States, I think our brotherhood would look a lot different and we wouldn't be as strong. If there's guys from Zimbabwe where we know how they grew up, we know their culture, like it just makes you like relate with them more, I guess, and like they trust you more, I guess you could say, because you actually know how they grew up and what they went through to get here, you know?
That's amazing.
And a lot of them actually went through a lot worse than what we did to get here, honestly. So it's just cool in like respect level of like we came here to Jonesboro. I mean, it's not the most ideal place in the world to come across the world to play rugby, but the level of rugby is there. So it's just cool to understand and connect with people like that.
Don't talk about your standing in the nation.
So this right now where we're at, we finished 6th in the country. So yeah.
That's awesome.
That is
Moving up
absolutely
not too long.
amazing.
Lost in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
To
1 point.
Mm-hmm.
1 point.
Or
Wow.
the final score is, I don't remember.
we lost by 1 point.
So tell us about some of your, I don't want to say rivals, but toughest opponents. Tell us what it was like. What type of mindset you have to get into, going onto the field? Do you watch a video of them prior to playing them so you can try to learn some of their moves and like?
Yeah, we watch a little bit of film, but it's not like, because rugby is just like continuous and more open play.
Okay.
And it's not like you're really memorizing like formations and stuff like football. So it's kind of just more focusing on what we have to do. as opposed to like focusing on what they're gonna do. But as far as like our opponents go, our toughest opponent would be like Life, we play in the best conference in the country, the Mid-South. Life University is a private school in Georgia. They've won the national championship the past 2 years. We actually lost to them by 12 points, and they won the national championship by like 20. So that just goes to show like we're right there. But and then Lindenwood is another tough opponent, also in our conference. That's probably like our biggest rivalry. But yeah, it's us. We're like the big three in that conference.
That's amazing. Well, one day when we hope this end out to see you all number one, and I'm sure you'll get there. So I can't wait for that day. All right, and so when you're on the field again, I know I've asked this question before, but kind of when you know who your opponents are, you know what some of their tactics are. Does it make you go harder? Does it push you on the field or during practice? Okay, you've got to tighten up this, or I don't know anything about plays. I'm sorry, I don't know any of the terminology that you all use. So again, when you know who your opponents are, does it help you and drive and push you?
I mean, certain teams do certain things, but like when we're going up to play Life or Lindenwood, like something's just different about it. Like no games like feels the same, but it's just like there's more energy. Like that week at practice, like everybody's just it feels more important.
Okay. Have you been able to maybe look at what they do or did to get them to those top spots and see how can you replicate or implement that? I know you don't want to be just like somebody. You don't want to just take everything they do and, to your team, but do you see how you can, what they do and how you make and tweak it and make it your own?
I would say that like the biggest difference between like the top couple teams like in the country and then like the next 10 teams, I mean, as far as like athleticism goes and like talent, everyone's pretty close, but like the difference is just like the lack of mistakes. So like executing, like just not dropping passes and like missing one-on-one tackles.
So just being on point at all times.
It's basically just not making mistakes is what like separates the really good teams from the pretty good teams.
I'd also say that like there's the top 15 teams in the nation right now. They all have this facilities except us. Mm-hmm. So recruiting wise, Coach White is amazing at recruiting. Don't get me wrong, but I think his level of recruiting would be even higher if we had facilities to back up where we're at, nationally ranked. So like if you look at it, we don't look like a top 15 team in the nation because we don't have the facilities, but when you come here and play, like we're top 5, every year and since we've been with the program. So
tell them don't underestimate you now. Just because we don't have the big fancy flashy facilities, you all still bring it when you get on that field. Right. Do you think that some other teams do underestimate your ability to bring it?
I feel like our record over the last couple of years has proven that we know what we're we might not have all the facilities that you guys do, but we can play with you.
All right.
Like the bad news bears.
Yeah.
Bring it, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't need all the other stuff. As long as we got Rugby, we're gonna be right there.
You don't need it, but you need it.
Yeah.
You want it. It would be nice to definitely have. You deserve it. I feel like that. You deserve it. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Adrian Everett, who's over in the transfer student department. Hey. All right, so I thank you guys. We're going to definitely bring you back in. I want to get into some other things concerning the Alumni Association. But this is an event that you all also participate in as well, which is Bubbles and Bingo.
Bubbles and Bingo. We have it set for January 18th of 2020. It is a ladies-only brunch and bingo, and it's to benefit the Rugby Club. So all proceeds go to the Rugby Club to help with the program, to buy their kits and help them with travel and just whatever that they need throughout the year. So it's a lot of fun.
And this will be the opportunity to get to meet some of the young men.
Absolutely. The team will be there, and they will be your bartenders and your servers, and escort you to your car with the golf cart, and it is a lot of fun. We have live music. Vicky McKee Band will be playing for that as well, and so it's a lot of fun.
I saw the pictures last year, this year, and I'm like, kind of salty, but I'm going to definitely try to be there.
Yes, and the tickets, they go fast, so, And we'll probably be releasing the specifics on the price and the tickets and everything probably about in November.
In November.
Yeah.
All right, so definitely stay tuned to that. And if you are an alum of Astate, there is a mobile app that you
Yes.
can download. Well, it just has a red. I'm trying to find it. I think it just has the red. Yeah, it just says alum. Well, the little app says alum with the red wolf.
So they can find it by going to their Apple or their Google or their Android store, Astate Alumni. And while we're talking about fundraising and trying to raise funds, in addition to the Bubbles and Bingo, currently we have our phone-a-thon for all alumni. So if anyone's interested or they're listening and they're trying to figure out a way that they can contribute to rugby or to their other student scholarships or academic departments, they can answer the phone and make a pledge or make a gift with a credit card. They'll take those over the phone. Or they can go online to astatealumni.org/phoneathon and make a gift and designate specifically rugby. Or if they want to go to that Back the Pack, as Amanda mentioned earlier, they could raise funds specifically for that tower. But we hire our own students for our phone-a-thon every year. We have about 50 students that we're currently employing for the next few weeks. We will call until November 22nd, just before Thanksgiving break. And basically, those funds are raised to go specifically to the departments, to the designation, to the scholarships, to help Astate, to help our family.
Okay. And so also some of the things that Astate Alum does, well, in essence, to raising funds, there's the license plate, license to have.
Yeah.
And so then there's also, with the 1909 Society, does that money go also go back into the Alumni Association to
It goes to the 1909 Society Scholarship.
Okay.
So yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Recent grads can contribute. Actually, anyone can contribute to that, but we are focusing currently on recent graduates, even 2017, 18, 19 grads.
Okay.
And for a one-time gift of, I believe, $30, they can have their name engraved in a bronze plaque that hangs outside of the student union. And that money goes to the 1909 scholarship, and we hand that out. We give that out every year to a recipient, a senior level, or a student that's going to graduate and has one more year left to help them finish out their school year.
Okay.
So it's a pretty neat program, too. But you mentioned the license plate. I didn't bring it today,
Okay.
but as I walked in, I thought I didn't bring the license plate. But I always love to share about that program, too. We, as an alumni association, through the purchase of those plates around the state of Arkansas, we fund students to come to A-State, incoming freshmen. We will have 7 incoming freshmen. We've already awarded that for this next fall for 2020. We currently have about 22 students on campus that are recipients of that license plate scholarship. So basically for a one-time fee every year, in addition to the regular fees charged by the Revenue Department or by the state of Arkansas, we hand out those scholarships. So that's just a really neat program. That's a very tangible way that alumni, or even just fans, they don't have to be alumni, anyone that wants to support a student can purchase a license plate, show their PAC pride, as well as helping students get to college. The first week that I began this position several years ago, I was able to go out and to hand out scholarships to students, and I saw firsthand how it affected them individually and their families. And that next month it was time to renew my plate, my tag, so I jumped out and got that plate because it does truly make a difference.
And even though I don't drive or own a vehicle right now, I'm definitely looking to getting a license plate, even if I just put it in my house. to show
Yeah,
my-
for sure.
My PAC pride.
For sure. Absolutely.
And I look forward to supporting events, especially your fundraiser. Just give me a little time. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to support the rugby team. I think you guys are wonderful. I do want to ask this. Do you all get scholarships to come here? Or
So, we get in-state tuition.
in-state tuition? Okay. And so does it make it different? Okay. Does that present another challenge sometimes when you don't get scholarships to help cover
I'd
some
say
of
it
the cost?
can, but at the same time, like in Florida, I think JP and Scotty can attest to this, but like in-state tuition here is cheaper than in-state tuition in Florida for me. Like it's probably about like $4,000. So I mean that's a big difference every year. So
I would say the biggest thing, just like with the lack of like rugby scholarship, just comes in with like recruiting.
Okay.
Guys, like when it comes to recruiting guys from other continents, like Africa or Australia or whatever, like because other teams in our conference are giving them like full rides, whereas we can only offer in-state tuition. So that's where it like hurts us the most, just as a team.
So let me ask you all this then: when you were looking at or being recruited for other teams, what solidified your decision to come to Arkansas State University?
The reputation.
Yeah, the
Like,
reputation of rugby.
So I remember I think it was what year was the national championship that we were in?
The year before, 2016.
Yeah, I was in high school watching that, and just I remember like always wanting to play high level rugby in high school, and then like I got the offer and just signed immediately. Like all other schools, like I just as soon as I got the offer from state, like it was over. I knew I was coming here.
I also said that like there's guys on our team that got offers from like Life, Lindenwood, you name it, top 15 teams. But I think it's one big factor. I think that we probably share across the board would be you could go to Life and have a better or maybe like a higher chance of winning a national championship, or you could come to here just same level, but you could win the first time national championship. So I think that's something special that we'd rather be a part of, and it'd mean a lot more than just going to another school. So.
And I don't know any of these other guys, so I'm not trying to say anything about their personalities or the team dynamics or whatever, but do you feel by being a part of a team that is building and that's just organized differently, you don't have all of these luxuries, it helps you to be a more grounded player, and like you're playing for the game, you're not playing for the fame, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely true, but I think also at the same time, I'd say, 5 years, if we don't have facilities, our recruiting could go down drastically because all the other schools are they're increasing so much. They're giving like almost full rides almost for playing rugby, and so.
All right.
Guys will come tour like the top rugby schools, and they'll come to us. They'll come see us, and then Life in Lindenwood, and they'll be here and they'll love the school and love the team, and then they'll go to one of the other schools and see how like nice their facilities are, that they have a locker room, showers, and it's just more of a drawing appeal. Like, oh, they've got all this nice stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel that your team dynamic, like because of what you have or don't have, it helps you to be a more close-knit team?
Yeah.
It helps you to appreciate the small, I guess, the humble beginnings and know that greater is coming.
No, without a doubt, for sure.
Awesome. Well, let's get Arkansas State University the facilities that they need. These students deserve that. So, all right, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up our discussion. I've been really enjoying this discussion with you all. So happy to have young energy in the studio today. All right, so please stay tuned, and we'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. When is the right time to combine your finances in a relationship? Examples include opening joint bank accounts, co-signing on an apartment lease, and sharing access to your credit cards. Doing this prematurely can have major negative consequences for your financial health, including your credit. Here's what you need to consider. How long have you been together? Have you been in an exclusive, committed, and drama-free relationship with your partner for at least a year? If not, do not commingle your finances or make joint financial commitments like co-signing on an apartment lease or a car loan. Complicated and often on situationships don't count, no matter how long ago they began. I'm out of time, but tune in for Money Matters tomorrow when I'll share more of what you need to consider before becoming financially intimate in a relationship. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Help keep KLEK on the air. Give now through our fall fund drive. We are seeking 100 donors to give at least $20 per month, but we are happy with any gift, large or small. Come by our studio at 1411 Franklin Street in Jonesboro. Call us at 870-277-1080 or visit our website, klekfm.org, or you can use Cash App, $KLEKFM, or text KLEK1. Send it to 44321.
Meineke of Jonesboro is now Starks Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. Starks Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Starks Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM salutes small businesses. Small businesses promote local character and success, keeping money in the local economy, local jobs, entrepreneurship, community well-being, and so much more. Contact us today to learn more on how your small business could be featured on KLEK for as little as $25 per month.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's perfect. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to the last segment of Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I am so happy to have these individuals in the studio with me from the Arkansas State Alumni Association and the Arkansas State Rugby team. All right, Arkansas, Jonesboro, we need to step up and show the rugby team a whole lot more support in their efforts to build a new facility and just to be the best team ever. They give a lot to Arkansas State University. They go to class, they keep their grades up, as I said before, and they maintain, personal integrity. So they go on the field, they play hard, and they win. And so we need to back them in all their efforts to get just the minimal facilities and the minimal things that they need. As mentioned earlier, they're doing a fundraiser. So let's talk about the fundraiser once again for those who may have missed it in the beginning.
The Back the Pack, the crowdfunding platform it's hosted on our website, the astatealumni.org, and it's /Rugby Tower. And that is to help raise funds for them to get a state-of-the-art video tower so that they can broadcast their games in good quality. So you can actually, if you can't be there or they're playing away somewhere else, then you can watch the games and they're streamed live.
And I'm sure, I know Mr. Zach is not the only overseas student, but there are many others, but I'm sure your parents, your other family members would love to see you playing in high definition 4K or whatever the quality of the video is nowadays.
Yeah.
I just turn the TV on and whatever comes on.
They watched the Alabama game.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they couldn't see everything because the cameras are in that corner, so you can't see when it's happening over in that corner of the field. It's good quality, but at the same time with the new tower, just make everything better.
Well, and this, I will say, this is the original tower when Kurt Huckabee started the rugby program at Astate. This is the tower that was built then. So it is definitely in need of an overdue upgrade for them. Yes.
And help these gentlemen get, the locker room facilities they need and a place for their trainers to work with them. And, just they deserve this. You all deserve this. So shout out to all the hard work you put in and you give to Arkansas State. So hopefully, by the end of next year, you'll be coming back and saying we have our tower. We're going to put that into the atmosphere.
Be a start.
Yes, great start. Yes.
All right. So, and then any final, I know we haven't talked about Strong Turner. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just give you the link. The Strong Turner Alumni Chapter is having a lot of events this weekend in conjunction with Homecoming on Friday and Saturday. They've got an awards reception. Strong Turner's Outstanding Alumni Award, which is shout out to Tamla Tenpenny Lewis because she's my friend and she's winning that this year, so I'm excited for her. And they have dances and business meetings and Greek show. There's tailgating. All of that information is on the A-State Alumni website, so you can go on there and register. The link for that, astatealumni.org/STAC 2019, and you can go and buy tickets, and it has the complete schedule of events for them too.
So there is something for everybody to do.
Absolutely.
And also to get the babies involved. Let the little ones see where you came from and where you graduated from.
It's going to be an exciting weekend. It's fun because PAC Preview weekend. There'll be a lot of prospective students on campus, so it's a great time for alumni and students and potential students to all interact for the weekend. So it's just going to be a great time.
All right. And so I know you guys have an alumni game. So tell us what time.
It's 1 o'clock at the rugby field.
All
Which,
right.
if you don't know where that is, it's if you know where the track and soccer field is, coming off that bridge, you just go past that, and it's the last field down there.
All right. And so what prep do you have to get into? What's your night before prep before a game?
Good.
Definitely an early night.
Early night.
Yeah,
Did you carbo load, protein load, hydrate? Relax them up, like muscle massage. Like what do you?
Yeah, you definitely want to be hydrated for sure.
Okay.
Try and eat a lot of carbs. Like usually we have a tradition of like going out to eat and getting like pasta the night before a game.
Okay.
A lot of boys try and carb load, and then like we roll out a lot on like PVC pipes to just like loosen up our muscles basically.
Okay. All right, so I can't wait to see what happens this game. And don't be too hard on us, though.
Well, everybody needs to go out and watch their game at 1, and then the rugby alumni and the team is going to be joining the Alumni Association at the Cooper Alumni Center for our annual homecoming tailgate.
Okay.
So if you want to visit with the team, they will be out there for that. And our tailgate is, again, it's from 3 to 5 p.m. at the Cooper Alumni Center, and all alumni and friends are invited. Free food, live music, beverages, entertainment for the kids, all kinds of stuff.
If you paid your tuition, you paid your dues, you went to class, you deserve to go to the alumni.
And we would love to see you and reconnect.
All right. And so with the alumni rugby game, will it be students versus alum, or will you mix it up?
Last year it was mixed up, but I'm not exactly sure. I heard that the alumni have enough for a full side this semester.
That's usually how it is. Last year was just a
different year.
So is there a trophy or bragging rights? At the end of the game?
Bragging rights, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be cheering for the alums.
No offense.
Let's see how it goes.
Because sometimes you young people think you've got a leg up on us.
Now, is Coach going to be playing on the 11th? Okay.
I definitely can't wait to see the outcome.
You never know. It's always like day of, he'll either have a jersey on or next to us, so we'll see.
We might need to go out and
That's right.
All right.
heckle a little bit.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Scott. John is wearing a pink Red Wolf shirt. So in recognition of breast cancer awareness, and shout out to Coach Anderson. All right, and remember to Miss Wendy. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for joining me today. Hope you all have a great rest of your week. Get some rest. Get fed. Get your study on, and then get ready for this weekend.
Go Red Wolves.
Yes, go Red Wolves.
All right, everyone have a great and blessed day. Tune in tomorrow 9 a.m.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our